Welcome to Over the Line, the football debate show by fans for fans. My name is Dave O, and joining me this evening we've got Gavin and Nigel. Gents, welcome. How are you?
So,
Good evening.
Good, good. It's good to see you. Like, how are your Christmases?
quiet, bro. Very quiet.
Yeah,
Like I liked it. Perfect, to be fair.
good, good. How's yours, Nigel?
It miles a lot of traveling. I'm very tired, but I'm happy to be here.
Good, good, good. All right, so as normal, we're gonna go straight into the show where I reel off the results from the weekend, and then we'll have a little bit of a chit chat. We're gonna have to touch on Aston Villa tonight. They are looking like the form team in the country, so we'll do a bit of chat on them, and then if there's time, we'll maybe discuss Antoine Semenyo's potential move to Man City and what that means, not only for the player but for the title race as well. So start off with the weekend's results. Friday saw the first game of the weekend. Manchester United win 1-0 at home to Newcastle. Good result for United there. Quite surprised at the score being 1-0 because if you watch that game, Newcastle they created a fair few decent chances and could have scored, but luck was on United's side that day, and United win 1-0. Moving on to Saturday's results, the early fixture saw Nottingham Forest go down 2-1 at home to Manchester City. Surprisingly, Erling Haaland was not on the score sheet, so commiserations to all those who captained him in FPL. I was not one of those. The next game saw Arsenal beat Brighton 2-1 at home. Brentford beat Bournemouth 4-1 at home. Burnley and Everton drew 0-0, unsurprisingly. Liverpool beat Wolves 2-1 at home, with Verts finally getting on the score sheet for Liverpool in the league. The next game saw West Ham go down 1-0 at home to Fulham. I think the writing is on the wall for Wolves and West Ham this season in terms of relegation, but all remains to be seen. Last game of that Saturday saw Chelsea go down 2-1 at home to an informed Aston Villa team, who are now in a title race. And then today's games, saw Sunderland and Leeds draw 1-1 at the Stadium of Light, and Crystal Palace lost at home 1-0 to Tottenham. So there's only one place that I want to begin, and that is Aston Villa beating Chelsea 2-1 at the Bridge. Um, Unai Emery seems to be doing it again, where he's gone to another team and he's, off to a slow start, but has suddenly drastically improved the side. Villas find themselves sitting, if I pull up the table quickly, 3 points behind Arsenal on 39 points. Arsenal in first place on 42. Now, those two obviously clash the next game at the Emirates, so that is a real tussle for will have title implications in that game. But Aston Villa, when you look at their results this season, okay, Villa have beaten Man United, they've beaten Man City, they've beaten Arsenal, they've beaten Chelsea. Um, Villa find themselves in a title race. I'm going to come to you first, Gav. How impressed are you by Villa, and are you worried about the game at the Emirates on Tuesday?
Um, I am impressed by Villa. I'm worried about the game. I'm not worried we'll lose. I think we'll drop points. I reckon it'll be a draw at the Emirates. Borderline hoping it's a draw. Um, but I don't think they'll do anything. I don't think they'll win the league. I think Emery's Emery. And this is the thing. We're going to hold team to account and hold players, managers, etc., to an account of what they've done in previous years. Last season, they threw away Champions League football. So I don't see how they're going to go on to win the league this season, personally. They've not made any major signings, I don't think. I can't think of anyone they brought in that's really going to change things around. And I just think Emery will do this. He's done this to me. He done this to us, the Arsenal fan base, and made us believe that a somewhat miracle was going to happen, where we was going to be top four in the Europa League. We failed to get both. Between April and May, everything just fell apart. And I just feel like when it comes to the word bottling that everyone likes to throw around, I think that's his thing in English football. I know he's got his Europa League history, and I'm not saying he's a dud manager, etc. But I think to win this Premier League in recent years, barring Slot, who you don't know what I'm thinking about him, but barring Slot, you have to be a pretty special manager to win it. I just don't see Emery as that guy. So because of him, I don't think they'll do it. However, yeah, there's some ballers coming out of Villa, and they're playing some very good football. And like I said, I think they'll be taking some points away from the Emirates. Hopefully, not all three.
So you see it as a draw.
I think it's a draw. Yeah, I think they could beat us. I'm not going to say they can't beat us. I don't think they'll do enough over the running of the next 5 months to win the league. But I think at the moment they're in a purple patch, and we can be a victim of that purple patch potentially. Well, either way, I think a draw or a loss in that game is bad news for us with the way City are playing. So in the moment, I think it could be bad for us. But overall, they don't worry me to go on and win the thing.
Okay. Do you still have us as favourites to win the league?
Me, yeah. I'm looking at what's going on. I know we'll come on to our game, so I won't talk too much on it. But I'm looking at what's going on. There's a bit of a blip, but there's things that I still see that I'm happy with, and make nothing. I've not seen anything to make me think no. City are looking good, but still think City are a new City. Put it that way.
Fair enough. Nice. What's your take on Villa and their astonishing run so far? I mean, they've pretty much beaten everyone there is to beat.
Yeah, no, and I think exactly it's a long purple patch. I'll give them super credit on that one. That is a very long one. They've beaten everyone that needs to be beaten, but we're already 18 games in. If you're asking me, do I think they could do that for another 20 games? Absolutely not. I think with the European football that they have and with the size of their squad, I don't think they'll be able to sustain it. But they may be good enough to get into Champions League football. But if you're talking about winning the league, hopefully you're going to touch on Semenyo later, but if you look at what Man City is looking to do to strengthen versus what Aston Villa can do, therein lies the point that I cannot see how Aston Villa will be able to sustain it with this squad, no matter who the manager was, to be honest. Not with European football as well.
Okay, all right, fair enough. I mean, my personal opinion, I don't expect them to win the league, but then nobody expected Leicester to win the league. Villa, they worry me.
But with Leicester one, all credit to them. All credit to them. You can't take that away from them. But every single team that every team that you would have expected to be challenging for the league, it's not like Arsenal was top and Man City were close behind when Leicester won the league. Everyone faltered that season.
It was like when Slot won the league.
In my opinion, it's the same. So for me, it's not the same. Do I think they can beat an Arsenal when they get all their players back from injury? And the scariest thing for Arsenal right now is that you guys have, I don't know how many players you got injured, and somehow you're still managing to tick the games off. And so when your players do come back, do I think Aston Villa can compete against Arsenal with that ridiculous squad and when everyone's back with European football? And no, I don't think so.
I hear what you're saying. But the reason why Villa worry me is that they are good enough to stop us and have stopped.
Yeah. Right now you're playing about a bad time. You're playing about a bad time. If this game was another month from now or so, then I'm pretty sure and when your players are coming back, then you'll be favourites. But yeah, if you're talking about right now in this purple patch, this rich vein of form that they're in, yeah, no, it's a terrible game for Arsenal right now. But does that mean, even if they beat you, does that mean I think they're going to go on and smash everyone for the next 19 games after that? No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think they'll win the league. But my issue is that it feels like they could potentially scupper our plans like they have done before, a couple of seasons ago.
No,
Emery just seems to have Arteta's number, and it's frustrating because it's like Emery and Emi Martinez in that goal, and even to an extent Watkins, like they just up their games.
They love it, yeah, they do. They love it.
Like, they love it. Like obviously, it's understandable for Emery and for Emi Martinez. There's a bit of bad blood there, but Watkins obviously being like
not just that. You were looking to buy Watkins, and you basically threw him in the bin. If I was Watkins, I'd be looking to score a hat-trick against you.
How did we throw him in the bin?
Prove you wrong. There was a time when you guys were looking at strikers, right? And you basically dismissed him, and it was
no, we didn't dismiss him. No, we didn't dismiss him. No, that's wrong. No, Nigel, that's wrong.
Did you sign him? Sign him?
No, don't do that.
Can I just say one thing? If I was Watkins, can I just say one thing? If I was Watkins, right? If I look at how you moved heaven and earth when Eze basically has signed for Spurs, and the way you moved heaven and earth to sign this man, right? And the question I would ask myself, did you do that for me when at that time you didn't have a striker? Right, and I was clearly the best option.
We also
and I was
didn't
the
have
answer for
Berta.
you, and you threw me in the bin.
We also
You
didn't
got
have
my
Berta
hopes up. You got my hope.
And
I'm just saying, if I was Watkins, what I would be
no,
thinking,
no,
and
no,
what I would
guys,
be looking to
because
score a hat-trick against.
we bid for him. We bid 40 mil, and Villa said no, give us 60. To
And
me,
what did you say?
That's an overpay. That's an overpay.
No, but that's wait, that was what 3 years ago, when it was mid-20s with what players are going for now. No, as I said, if I was Watkins and then you went and splashed that money on Havertz, who's not even a striker, I will be deeply offended.
It was before,
and I'll be looking to score a hat-trick.
Havertz was before. I get where you're coming from. I'm not going to pretend that I don't somewhat agree with you, Nigel. We should have signed him last January.
Yeah, we should have.
We didn't move heaven and earth like we did with Wanyeri. But where I will agree, I agree with you that if I'm Watkins, that's what I'm thinking. But and I don't think Watkins will care about this, but Dave's right. It's because we didn't have Berta. I believe if we did have Berta last January, and we don't know what was said, but if Arteta said, yeah, go get him, we would have got him. So it's one of them. It's a weird one. But if I'm Watkins, I agree with Nigel. I'm coming to bang.
Yeah.
I'm coming to Scarpa you lot's plans. Because
I am going to make you doubt that. Yeah, I'm going to make you that decision.
Do you know what though? Do you know what I've just realised? I didn't know. Guess who Man City got last day of the season?
Villa.
It's a Villa.
I did not know that.
Yeah, but I don't think the Villa we're speaking about now will be the same in the season. I might be wrong, but if the January transfer window comes and Man City are looking to spend on buy players like Semenyo, right, and Aston Villa's transfer activity is trying to give Sancho back to us, that just tells you the levels, right? So
if we're disregarding Villa, we're probably disregarding everyone bar Man City and Arsenal then, because I can't. There's no one else, right? We've got rid of Chelsea now. The Chelsea fans are back in their box. Yeah. Am I okay to say that?
I think
So last day of the season, I'd much prefer to be going up against Palace than Villa.
Wait, are you Palace home or away?
Away.
And Villa is what, home or away? Villa's home.
Villa are at the Etihad.
Yeah, I would if it's the last game of the season and it's between us two, keep you away from Palace.
Really?
I do not like Palace. I do not like Palace at Selhurst Park.
I don't particularly fancy either, to be honest. But Villa have been horrible for us, especially when it comes to scarping our title chances. They'd love that. Last day of the season.
If Palace have something to play for, which I think they will still be in European, end the season, who knows? But if they still have something to play, if they still have something to, wait, you played them in the cup? Yeah, it was the Carabao Cup you played them in, right? Yeah.
We just knocked them out.
Squad, they still gave you a match at the Emirates, right? It was at the Emirates, right?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I don't want to play. If it was at Villa Park, different answer. But I think at the Etihad, if they could smell the league title with Haaland.
Yeah, true. Saying that Palace just lost to Spurs.
I mean, I'm hoping that we've got it wrapped up way before then, anyway, man. Because I don't want to take.
Yeah, you don't want it to go. You don't want to go. I don't want to go Selhurst Park.
It'll be exciting, though, Dave. It'll be exciting.
No, it won't. No, it won't. It won't.
Eze Bags in the 90th minute at Selhurst Park to win the Premier League. It's just written in the stars. Let it all.
Do you know what? I can see Eze scoring a 90th minute, and I can see Nketiah getting 92nd minute equalizer.
You're bad vibes. You're just bad vibes.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying what I would do if I was any of these footballers that you threw me in the bin for, bro. And like honestly, I like this. It's just my makeup. If I had a chance to sign it for Arsenal, you got me excited. My agent was all talking to you. You put in a bid. They said no, just bid a bit more, and you said nah. I will do everything in my power to make sure you never live that down. But that's me. I'm petty like that.
I'm like you. I get it. I do get it. I get it.
You know what? Speaking of Arsenal, Gav, give us your thoughts on the Brighton result, because the fans online, man, they are not impressed with what they are seeing, and especially from Gyökeres.
Oh, that's two different conversations. So, what the fans are seeing as far as the team goes, I just think it's our fan base being like we just as a majority, our fan base ain't got the bottle. I'm sure that conversation was had here. I don't think
Yeah.
I think we're too shook. Call it post-traumatic stress disorder or whatever you want to call it, but it's back to the summer window again when we was all worrying that we was never going to sign anyone. It's going to be that season, that summer where we got checked. We need to stand firm and just know that it's going to be a bumpy road. I believe we're going to win the Premier League. I never thought we were going to win the Premier League flawlessly and not lose any games, etc. So that there's only ever been one invincible team for a reason. I'll say that again. Yeah. So as far as the fan base worrying about the team, I think it's a bit stupid. I think we peppered their goal. I think we've done well as far as creating chances. It was amazing to see Odegaard score a goal outside the box, which was like, what the fuck's going on here? Like, I ain't seen him do that in a while. I've seen some good things. Saka, I think, is getting better and better every game. Is he a bit selfish? I'm seeing that a little bit, but I think he needs to be selfish. I think he's seeing that he needs to be the guy, which I can't begrudge him for. Gabriel being back is massive for us. Like, that guy our attack starts with him, our defense ends with him. Like, he is the guy for us this season. But Gyökeres, I think I said it to you whilst we was watching the game. I think I put it in the group. I'm starting to worry, bro. I'm starting to think, did we get bumped? Because, and it's a weird one, because the emotional side of me is saying, yeah, we've been bumped, it's rubbish, whatever. The logical side of me is looking around, there's no strikers really tearing it up other than Haaland. None of the ones you expect. So can we really put it on just him, or is that just the level of the league this season and how teams are having to do set pieces and throw-ins and have to change everything up to try and bang a goal? It's not made for him. However, I want to see him do some of the stuff I expect a striker to do. And I need to understand why when Jesus comes on, he has impact straight away. He's holding up the ball better. He's getting into better positions. He's causing chaos that got us that last minute win when he didn't even score his own goal. But if he's not there doing what he does and he's not the nuisance he is, we drop points that day. So yeah, I don't know. With Gyökeres, I weren't sure about him at first. I was gassed when we was looking like we was going to get him. I was super happy when he started scoring. But now the jury's out, and a part of me is thinking that maybe we need to go back and get someone else. I don't know how we do it. I don't think we'll sell him. Do we sell Havertz and get someone else and make him more of a squad player? I actually don't know, but it's starting to worry me a bit.
That's an interesting one, because Havertz is at the end of the season is going to have 2 years left on his deal, and as far as I'm aware, there's no talk about an extension. I think Ben White is in that same situation. I think right now they're talking about extending Timber. So it'll be interesting. And I think when you look at Havertz and when you look at White, the two players who are in like the final 2 years, the issue is that obviously there's a bit of
injury
history sort of with them. So I don't know. Like, I don't think Gyökeres is going anywhere. We've got a comment in here saying we kind of need to, yeah. I mean, there's a critique there. You know, he basically doesn't really fit like the style of play. But we kind of knew this when signing him, that he wasn't the silky, touch, play everyone in type of player. Like, he's the sort of guy that balls need to be played in behind for him, and he's got to run on. If our wingers are getting to the byline and hitting balls across the box, I don't think Gyökeres suits Saka, because Saka is the sort of play the winger where he likes to cut in and take a shot. He doesn't always put the ball across the ball, across the box sort of first time. I think Trossard, Eze, maybe even Madueke, those are guys that are more suited to how Gyökeres plays, whereas Havertz and Jesus are more suited to what Saka does. Maybe they're more suited to what Martinelli does. I think it's good that we have different profiles in the team. I think our performances lately haven't been too impressive. A lot of that does have to do with the injuries that we're having. But I do believe that getting Gabriel back is going to be major, because he causes havoc in that opponent's box on corners. He stabilizes us at the back. Him and Saliba, to me, they're probably the best centre back partnership in world football. And then you got Timber at right back when he's back. Calafiori left back. It's a solid defensive unit, and Raya is having a wonderful season. So I think getting Gabriel back is going to be huge for the way that we look as a team in terms of dominance, in terms of our ability to control games. Gyökeres is a concern. I just think having Havertz back is going to be big for him because it kind of takes the spotlight off of him a little bit. It allows him to maybe get that bedding in period that he never got to have because he never had a preseason, and then Havertz was out straight away first game of the season. So Gyökeres never really had to get, never really got that bedding in period. Like we're looking at players like João Pedro struggling, Vert struggling, Isak struggling, Elanga struggling. There's a lot of big money signing players that have come into the league or changed teams within the league, and they're struggling. And if you look at the common denominator amongst, well, at least amongst Isak and Gyökeres, there was no preseason there, So I think Havertz coming back will be good for Gyökeres. Maybe he's the sort of player that is more suited to coming on late in games when the defense is already tired. Who knows? We'll see. But the way we're looking as a team at the moment, it is worrying. And playing a Villa that is in this form, I don't have high hopes for that game. Obviously, I don't expect us to lose.
Why are you worried though? Like, what is it about? Dig
Villa?
into it a bit more. Like, what is it that's worrying you about the team exactly?
You know what? The way that the team looks, like for starters, mate. Why are we conceding so many injury time?
That's worrying.
Yeah,
that's worrying.
I put that down. About that.
I put that down to Gabriel missing. That's what I think we need. We need him back there being the general. And we just need to have the same 5 players at the back, including the goalkeeper. We've rotated that shit so much. Like fucking Declan Rice was playing right back yesterday.
Yeah.
Like what's going? Like it's just constantly. We've had that many different backlines. That I think that foundation needs to be set. Everyone needs to know what they're doing and what their jobs are for us to be as solid as we were when we was thinking, shit, we might break the Chelsea record, which obviously is out the window. That's worrying. Going forward, I'm not that worried. I'm not that worried. Maybe because I think Gyökeres is a part of the problem, and I can see a light at the end of the tunnel in Jesus. Eze? What's your thoughts on Eze?
I think Eze has been good. He maybe has not been as good as what people were hoping. I think that hat trick against Spurs, maybe inflated what people were kind of expecting from him. I think he's been good. I think he's looked dangerous when he plays. I just think he needs to be rotating with Odegaard in that 10 position. And I would like to see a situation where we maybe have Madueke and Saka as our wingers supporting whoever that striker is up front. Eze maybe in the 10. But depending on opposition, why can't we see maybe Rice as the holding guy, Eze and Odegaard both as dual 10s, and then have like a Madueke and Saka, switching things.
If we got Gabriel and Saliba there, I think that's doable. I think you even put Zubi in and drop Rice.
Yeah, I don't want to drop Zubimendi, but my point is that there are certain games where we don't need to have 2 defensive midfielders playing in Rice and Zubi, and sometimes even Rice, Zubi, and Marino. We've seen that this season. I think there are games where we can have one of them. Give the other one a little bit of a rest. Have one of them playing. Give Eze and Odegaard a go in that 10. We've got the squad to make changes, to change games like at the flip of a coin. So I'd like to start being a bit more varied in how we line up, because at the moment, when it's a fully fit squad, it just feels like Arteta is quite predictable in what he's going to pick. He's going to pick a midfield of Rice, Zubimendi, Odegaard. He's going to have Saka on the right. He's probably going to play Trossard on the left. He's going to play Gyökeres up front. Havertz coming back, perhaps he's going to get that slot there, and then the defensive back 5 kind of picks themselves, and that's all fine and good. But when you're not using the squad to its full capabilities, like why has Madueke's minutes suddenly dropped off after having a banging of a performance in the Champions League? Why is Nwaneri not really getting minutes when we need a little bit more of a spark in the middle of the pitch? Why is Lewis Skelly suddenly frozen out after having been Golden Boy last year? Do you know what I'm saying?
It's weird. It is weird.
Why are we constantly rinsing Timber to the point where he's now in the red zone, and we're having to play Declan Rice at right back when we could have maybe given Timber a bit of a rest earlier on and maybe not rinsed him as much? Why is it when as soon as Ben White came back, we rinsed him back to back to back to back to back until his hamstrings went? Like, there's still an element of odd squad management there from Arteta that he needs to get better at. And he's been here 6 seasons plus now. He should have learned by now.
I don't know. I kind of get it though, because you guys are in it right now. Do you remember that Chelsea team that you're speaking of, the record you're looking to beat, right? And you know, if they went 1-0 up, there was no, you might as well turn off the TV. You knew they were going to win. Now, you guys are Arsenal fans. So when I'm watching, as soon as I hear Arsenal's going 1-0 up, I'm like, it's another game. What's the next game? What's the next match that they're playing?
Yeah.
That's how I feel when I watch, or when I'm watching you guys. Like, I get it from Arteta, is knowing that base that you've got, if you can just do enough to get a goal, you know, 95%, you're winning the game. And you're talking about winning the league here, right? If I was to run off some fixtures for you that we've had, Nottingham Forest, Spurs, Everton, West Ham, well, if we had an Arteta to do what you're complaining about, if we had an Arteta to do that to close out the games, but when add 9 points up to our tally right now, right? So the league is about just ticking off games. So right now, you guys have a major injury crisis. You beating Brighton, which is a
big game.
An easy team to beat, and yeah, it's a massive game. It's a massive game, and you did just enough. And when you're not playing well, when you guys are complaining about all of this, so can you imagine, for me, when your players start coming back, the real business end of the season, and then you should have players coming fresh. Now, the Gyökeres one, this is a question for you, because I mean, I can't lie, I said I've been watching Arsenal, but Gavin said a very salient point that with all the strikers in the league, has football lost its way and forgotten how to play with strikers? No. Did you guys have a plan for him when you signed him? And David, you hit the nail on the head, because if you look at a lot of his goals for Sporting and how he scored the goals, I don't see you playing that for him. Not saying that he shouldn't adapt to how you guys are playing, but you, in his defense, you bought him for his qualities, but you're not playing towards his qualities. That's the only defense I'll put up for him. Right. And I'll say this for you, because you know when Hoyland went to Napoli, it was a Champions League game. I think he played twice. And Kevin De Bruyne, before he got injured, just to Hoyland, listen, when I've got the ball, you just make the run. I will find you. Right? Now, if you take that, and that's a professional, one of the most elite players that we've had in the Premier League, what he said to Hoyland, I don't see that when your midfielders, you're looking to play to his strength and playing fast, and for him to
but this is where we're at now. So there was a I can't remember what game it is. It played that, there's so much football on TV, I lose track now. But there was a chance Martinelli cross come shot or whatever it is, but it's fizzed past Gyökeres, and it's like he's leaned back out the way to let the ball, thinking it was going to be a goal, like he didn't want to take the goal off his mate. Like, I can't see him being the type of guy to be like, pass me the ball, like I'm gonna like come and do you know what I mean? Like, I demand that you give me the ball. People talk about Fernandes, yeah, and I get it. I don't think he's a captain. I'm not trying to put this on Man United, but you'll get my point in a second. When Fernandes is pissed off, you can tell. And the only reason Bruno gets pissed off is because he wants to win, and the players around him aren't on the level that he wants them to be at to win. Henry was the same. Like, you want that. Watch Gyökeres. I'm screaming, give the ball to Gyökeres. Everybody around world football will be looking at him thinking, you need to give the ball to Gyökeres. But a chance will go begging, or he'll be in the middle, or he'll make a run, he'll not get picked up. And he won't even throw an arm in the air or nothing. It's like he's happy just to be there. Like, it's almost like he can't believe he's made it to that level. To be able to turn around and say,
but it's really hard.
That's just my perspective. It's like, I'm not seeing enough from this guy that's meant to come in and be the gunman. If it's me, again, you're going back to how you are as a person. If it's me, I'll give it a couple months. I'm comfortable with you now. Like, we've been on the coach and all the rest of it. Brother, give me the ball. And if the ball comes in the box and I'm in it, I'm scoring. I don't care, Gabriel Martinelli, how bad you want to score. I'm taking that. I'm taking that. And
Actually,
I'm
I can't
gobbling up
argue with
everything.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I can't argue that with 18 games. No, I can't argue that. But 18 games in, yeah, you should have a mouth by now to be able to say. But the one thing I will say for it that I see with you guys that we're doing with Sesko, now the worst part for us, at least you have Timber all white as your fullback, right? For us, we have Mbeumo and Ahmad. And we do that thing where you need to play that ball in when Sesko is making a run in, and we don't. We cut back in, and that momentum's gone. And so he's having to get back on side for the ball to come in, and you just ruin the whole momentum of what a player like Gyökeres or Sesko would be, where they want to run onto a ball coming into the box, especially when you got the run on the defender. So we're both doing things where you're changing the game of the striker. So when your guys are playing down the wing and you're running and you've got the run on the defender and you just need a sick ball to come in and you can throw your body at it. But when you chop back in, then you maybe run hard and have to get back on side, and then you put a ball in and have lost all momentum, all force to do a diving header, which is their game. Now, I'm not saying that. I don't say that. Yeah, it is frustrating. I don't say that to adapt. I'm not saying any of that. But you're also right after 18 games in. Now I'm going to Saka saying, "Listen, if you play first time, like I'm here to score goals. You're right. Like I'm that man. Like that's why you bought me. I'm here to bang in goals." So I also do get the flip side. But could I also have a shout out for Trossard? I think this guy's been a mental.
He's a baller. He's a baller.
I think
he finds Gyökeres. He's good for Gyökeres.
Yeah, he is.
I think he's been sensational, and I think that and he's given a rocket of all the players you signed. I find it so bizarre that he's put a rocket on Martinelli as well. And this Martinelli, and I'm not an Arsenal fan, but as a supporter, I would love that they're playing for the search, and they're telling me they want to stay at this club, which is what I would want to see from Nwaneri. And now you said Lewis Kelly. I'm sorry, David, but from what I see in the Calafiori, you got to earn your place. I don't see. You can pick little bits and pieces if you really wanted to.
No,
I haven't seen anything from him.
Calafiori's been amazing.
Yeah, he's saying that's the bar. Like
that's fine. That's fine. Okay, but what I'm saying is like use the squad better. Like we don't have to keep giving Calafiori
but I hear what you're saying.
Minutes every game. Like why can't Skelly come on?
No, but I hear what you're saying.
Or get some
minutes. I hear what you're saying, but it's not like because everything you're saying is exactly what Amarin's doing, and I can tell you now, the Man United fans are going after Amarin. Everything you just said about giving the minutes and changing that defense, right? I'm telling you now, Amarin makes those substitutions, and our fans can't take it. Now, if he did make a change where you've been a solid back four, 10 minutes to go, you've been on Lewis Kelly get bun up because he's just getting warmed up for the game, and Cross comes in and they put it in, you would also say to Arteta, he can't win.
It's not good for the player either. That scenario is not good for the player. If you come on and you get burnt and you concede the one goal, do you know what I mean? And you can tell our defenders don't like conceding. We win 5-0 and they'll be top of the world. But win 5-1, Ray is fuming, and you're the guy that's caused that. I think Dave said it about protecting the young players. That's what he's on.
But not just Ray, bro. You see, when you concede a goal, have you seen Rice and Zubimendi? I didn't know clean sheets meant that much as Zubimendi.
They're obsessed, bro.
Right?
They're obsessed.
Yeah, so I understand. I can see from Arteta that backs 5, 6, 7 that you've got. That's solid, right? And for me as Arteta, I just know I just got to win enough games 1-0. I hear your fans singing 1-0 to the Arsenal. By the way, you said the Arsenal fans online, the ones in the stadium. I'm hearing them singing 1-0 to the Arsenal. They understand this is what you got to do to win a league.
Yeah.
And like I said, I would do, So I'd understand if you won the league last season and you were looking to build on it again, you want to see more from your team. But how long has it been since you won the league? Man, just like win it ugly. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, I mean,
my opinion.
I hear that. Win it ugly. Like I will take 1-0 the whole rest of the way of the season, of course. Of course I will. But what we also want and what we kind of have come to expect is with the caliber of player that we have, like we need to be looking a certain way. Like how can own goal versus corner kick be our top scorers right now? Do you know what I mean? Like set piece goal versus own goal. Like
when that ball goes in, do you cheer?
Mate, I'd scream the
Of course,
you.
bro.
I'm surprised you didn't hear me in Dubai.
Yeah.
Some of the goals we scored. Goals we scored.
Yeah, so why do you
We need
care?
these goals,
Why
goals,
do you
goal.
care?
That's what I'm on.
Because it's not
Oh,
sustainable.
yeah.
It's not sustainable. It's not
Well,
sustainable.
you're top of the league.
But it's not sustainable. Own goals and set piece goals are not sustainable for the rest
The
of the
own
season.
goal thing, you're not wrong, but the own goal thing's recent. I don't like. That's why I'm not worried as such. Like we've been scoring goals. We have our patches, and this is a patch where we had a patch where we had to score corners. Then that wasn't a thing anymore, and this is where we're at. We're having to force it so much that the opposition is scoring a goal, but we're still, like Nigel said at the beginning of the conversation, that we're still up there. We're still doing it. That's why I'm not worried. When we start concede, it's like Liverpool. So Liverpool fans at the beginning of the season were telling me, yeah, but we're still winning. We're not playing black. We're not. And you couldn't argue with them. You were right. But then when it starts going badly, when it's like, well, you're going to disappear and not come on the podcast anymore. No, like, you know what I mean? No shade of that. Big up man like Johnny Bravo. So when it starts going wrong, we can start worrying.
I was about to say
exactly.
Don't come for the pressure that you're putting on. It's not like they scored their own goal from the halfway line. But can I ask you a question? What is it that what is it that you're actually seeing that you're concerned about? Because if you're talking about your offensive play, you will get better as the season goes on. So what worries you?
We're getting better. The other Brighton was a good display for us. We just didn't put the goalkeeper was having an amazing game, and we just didn't finish our chances as well as we should have. But creating chances had been our problem, and we're doing that now. So we're getting better.
So what's your concern? So what is your concern, David? Like when
my
you watch Arsenal,
my concern is simply we just don't look fluid enough, and when we do look fluid, we're not finishing
in an attacking sense. Yeah, in an attacking sense, right?
Yeah, but then when we do look fluid, we're not finishing our chances. So there's it just feels like every match there's an area of frustration to be had, you know. Like,
but
I just want us to put it all together. Like, let's just put it all together because we know we can do it, right? So let's just do it because I'm not being funny, bro. But Man City are about to get Rodri back, and they are about to sign Antoine Semenyo.
All right, can I ask you a question? If you had been on the form that Villa had been on, would you not also be of the mindset or the thinking that this might not be sustainable to go out? It's only halfway in the season. So you see Real Madrid when they won a lot of their titles and stuff like that, when they win the Champions League. If you ever saw how they were performing up until their Christmas break, they were terrible. They never looked like they're winning anything.
I feel like City were like that as well. I think there's seasons when City looked terrible, and then come March, February, March, they just turn it on. They go mad. Like I know exactly what Nigel's saying. Do I know that I think we will. I think we have it in us, and I think we'll come good, and I think it will click together. But as long as we keep winning, I'm not worried. I don't like it, but I'll take the points, bro. Like that's all. I'll take
the points, but I'm worried. But let's move on to City, right? So they've gone and chalked up another victory. Haaland didn't score, but they still got the win in somewhat allegedly controversial fashion. Like the Sean Dyche isn't happy about Turkey's winning. They thought there was a foul in the build-up. But let's put that to one side. They're about to sign Antoine Semenyo. Now, the cynic in me says they're doing this to stop others from signing him because where is he going to play? Like, where is he going to play in that team? They've got Doku out there. They've got Turkey. They've got Foden. They've got Savinho. They've got players who play in that position already. Are they kind of doing this to stop others from getting him?
No.
Is he getting into that team? So give us your take.
The players you just mentioned, Foden plays centrally. All the other players that you mentioned on the wing, for me, Semenyo gets ahead of them. So they're upgrading.
Right now, they're playing Turkey and Foden behind Haaland.
Yeah, so wherever he wants to play, for me, other than I know Foden's a darling on Man City, and I get it too. If I was a City supporter, it was one of my youth players, it'll be the same for me. But Semenyo is better than all the other names that you just mentioned. So the question is, are they upgrading their 11? The answer is yes. And you can't have your squad and then complain about Man City building a squad. I can't have that, bro. I'm sorry.
I did think that, Dave. I'm not gonna lie.
No. Hold on.
What you did to
No.
Spurs and Eze, bro, you can't say
No.
There's rumors about Gueye coming to Arsenal. We can't really say that.
Guys, no. I asked the question. I asked the question. I was playing devil's advocate. I said, are they signing him to stop him from going elsewhere?
to stop you.
Do they need?
Right, so, do you need Gueye? Honestly,
Yeah, we
hand
do.
on heart,
No, we do. We do.
No, don't take the piss, bro. Don't take the piss, bro. You on the same podcast,
Have you seen our injuries?
same episode.
Have you seen our injuries?
On the same episode. Wait, Gavin. On the same episode, did you hear him say that Saliba and Gabriel are the best defensive duo in the world? Did you hear him say that?
Yeah.
Don't mean can't get better. Don't mean can't get better.
Wait. So wait. So the same way. So if you sign Gueye, please don't talk about Man City for signing Semenyo, bro. Don't do that. Don't do it. Like, and when you pluck Eze from Spurs, don't do it, bro. Don't.
I was asking a question.
I can't. I can't even allow that question to be asked after what you guys have done and the rumors about Gueye, bro. No, stop it. No, I can't allow it. I can't allow this to continue.
Gav, give us your take.
Semenyo is good.
James said moving on.
Gav, give us your take, bro. I don't like what Nigel just said.
On what? Undecided?
Bro, I asked an innocent question. I'm not questioning Man City or nothing. I just said, are they signing Semenyo as a way to stop others from
stop who?
Potentially, but I think I get what you're saying. I think it's a moment where they're looking at it and saying, if we don't get him, they're going to get him. But he also, I think both of you are right. Basically, what I'm saying, I think two things can be true. So they're signing him because, if we don't get him, someone else is going to get him. And we don't want that in the summer or whenever that would happen. Yeah. Let's get him now. Let's get him in and also upgrade our 11. I don't think it's purely just he makes us better. I think there is a little bit. When you got that much money in your Man City, you can do that. Be like, yeah, no, you're not having him. We are. Which is why we thought. Which is why we thought going back some seasons, Declan Rice was going to end up at City because it was purely just to stop us from getting him. That's where that sort of thinking comes from, which I think happened.
Another Arsenal example. There's another Arsenal example that Gavin just gave us. But listen, you have to remember one thing, David. That his the value is only for the first 10 days of January. Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah, the first.
It expires, right? Right. So they have to move now. Or you're paying close to 100.
No, but it drops in the summer. It drops in the summer.
Yeah. No, mid-Jan.
No, it drops in the summer. Like you could wait till the summer and get it for cheaper.
No, right now the release clause right now is 60 mil. Yeah. If you go to the summer and everyone goes in for him,
it starts a war.
What happens? Yeah. Right now, every club that goes in right now, the most they can pay is 65.
So you saying City you're looking at it and saying we're the ones that can move now, we can get it done now. Everyone else would have to wait till the summer. Let's just get it done now. Which is kind of what David's saying.
That's what I'm saying.
He said
that's kind of what David's saying.
He said, did you ask the question, are they signing him so that no one else can get him? Was that your question?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
Maybe no, I'm saying it makes sense. If they don't sign him now, the price is going to go up in the summer. So it makes sense they get him now and he's going to strengthen the 11. That's what I'm saying. David is saying he's signing it so Arsenal don't get him.
No. Because I don't want him. I don't think he's a left winger that we like. I want Kenan Yildiz in the summer. That's who I want. So
we'll see.
In place of who? Sorry, I just have to ask that question.
Trossard or Martinelli. I don't care.
And then you sell those two?
Sell one of
them.
And then Havertz has got 2 years. Man, see what I'm saying? Like,
I honestly think there's a chance. There is a chance. I honestly think there's a chance that this summer, Havertz, Ben White, and one of Martinelli, Trossard, plus Jesus are all gone. I think you're going to see a clear out this summer, and I think in return, you're probably going to see 3 or 4 come in. One of them hopefully being Kenan Yildiz for the left wing. That's my prediction.
I understand the Ben White. I I understand the habits with the injury problems. How
You
old is
understand Trossard?
Martinelli? No, for me, I told you, for me, he's been your best player alongside Declan and barring your defense.
I'd sell Trossard in the summer. I would, yeah.
I think Trossard goes in the summer. Remember, he got a pay rise, but he didn't sign any agreement. I think that's agreed that he goes this summer.
Yeah, I wouldn't be sad to see him go. Like he's in his 30s. Get as much value from him as we can.
Yeah, I think this is his last season with us.
If he stays in the Premier League, I'll tell you right now, next season he's going to deny you winning the title.
Oh,
He'll be in Saudi. He'll be in Saudi.
You guys just want to.
He'll be in Saudi.
No, he's got too much to give. He's got too much to give. I can't see that.
He'll be in Saudi.
He'll come back to Holton Arsenal. All right.
Not from Saudi. Not from Saudi.
I think he's a brilliant player. I think he's been your best attacking player this season.
I mean, nothing can ready us. Like no matter what we do this summer. I mean, Man United.
Wait, don't you guys like squads? Don't you guys like squads? If you said not to be your first 11,
we do.
However, after what he's shown this season, I'll just have him on the bench, and I think he's amazing off the bench. By the way,
he's great, but you can't have him, Martinelli, and a new left winger all in the same squad. It just we're not Man City, bro. We can't do that. Like
but you got Saka and Madueke, right, on the right.
Who else?
You're happy to do that, but you're happy to have those two on the right.
Yeah, and I want Kenan Yildiz plus one of Trossard or Martinelli, not all three of them. So
yeah, which
Trossard
one?
or Martinelli must go.
Yeah, which one?
I think it'll be Trossard.
Whoever brings in the most money, bro. Like whatever. I do think Martinelli would bring the most money in based on age, but I think.
Can I ask you a question? All right, based on age, Wanyeri, where would you play him? Like,
send him on loan.
Can you play off the left?
I'll send him on loan.
Can you play off the left?
But off the right.
He's more right winger stroke number 10. And he can be a full.
So you got that 15. You got that 15-year-old. You got Wanyeri, Madueke, and Saka on the right.
Nigel.
You've got Eze.
Nigel. Please call him Max Dowman. He's not that 15-year-old. He's not just any 15-year-old kid. He's the Max Dowman, the first.
Oh man, do you remember Fanny Jeffers and all this? Like, and what's the name? Katamari. Was that Everton striker? Katamari. What was his name? Yeah. I've seen a lot. Yeah, I've seen a lot of these players, bro. Right. There was one that's Tottenham were going on about. Do you remember his name?
Archie Gray.
Archie Gray, yeah.
No,
who was that one you lot had? Who was that Welsh kid you lot had on the right wing? He was meant to be all the rage. They were telling me he was better than Saka. I'm sure he was one of the Saka comparisons once upon a time.
What Welsh kid on the right?
I'm sure he was Welsh. He might have been Scottish.
Oh, David James. He was a little road runner, man. And we bought him from Cardiff or Leeds or something like that. He didn't come from our youth. You can't call a prodigy.
Same.
No, definitely not. Well, for me, he's a Max Dowman. That's exactly what Max Dowman is right now. So
that is a disrespect, bro. But let's not get into that. So,
entitlement.
Are we talking about United anyway? What was your thoughts on United?
Yeah.
Sorry, Dave.
That's where we're going.
We were lucky to win. We're lucky to win. Happy to take the points. We played much better than that this season and came away with nothing or came away with a poultry point. So it was nice to see a game out.
Were you surprised by Amorim's tactical switch?
That's what I was going to ask you.
No. What were you surprised about?
I'm surprised he did it.
Why? The players available to him make sense.
You feel like it was forced?
Yeah, I feel like it was forced with the injuries, maybe, but I didn't see that coming.
I think when all our players come back, we'll go back to his preferred formation. But at this point of the season, needs must.
Then you think who played right back for you? Is it Dorgu?
He played right wing actually. Dalot played right back.
Oh, he looked good there. Dorgu looked good there.
Yeah, he did. Very good. But funny enough, all his goals for Lecce came from that position.
Yeah, true. That's what I heard. I don't know about United, man.
I think United would be all right. I think if Nigel is correct in when he says that this summer their FFP sort of rolls round and they got like a clear whatever. I think United are going to be the big spenders of the summer if that rings true. But it does depend on them getting European football because I don't think another campaign out of Europe is going to do them any favors. Like they need that money coming in.
So do you think you'll get European football then, Nige? Is that you being okay getting European football or not?
If you won 29 points, right? We got one more game to hit that 30-point marker, and then we are literally have broken even in terms of my goals for Amrin for this season. I don't know what 60 points is going to get us and where it's going to get us, but that's my target. I understand everything that you're saying.
Do you remember Brexit?
Pressure, but for me,
do you remember Brexit when they said the NHS was going to make us hundreds of millions per week, and you'd ask them how, and they wouldn't answer the question? That's what Nigel does every time we ask him this.
I know.
Do you think you're going to make the Prem? Like, do you think you're getting the Europa League?
David, what did 60 points get a team last season?
8th. We checked it. You weren't here the other week.
Yeah. No, then it won't. But what I tell you, what will happen is that these players that we've some of these players we made permanent, like Højlund, and that will come into our books this summer, right? Casemiro's contract, either he agrees on reduced nearly 400,000 we're paying him a week, nearly 350 or something, 360, something crazy like that.
Crazy
so then he will have a decision to make. Either he's let go or he resigns on reduced wages, and he'd be happy to accept something around 100k a week mark. I'll just give him another year. I don't have any issues.
I'll tell you what though, Nige. I'll tell you what, right?
And so Sancho comes off our books, so there's room to spend.
I'll tell you what though, Nige. I'm looking at the table right now. Now, ever since I lauded Bournemouth as title challengers, according to you, Nigel, they've fallen like a stone, and they sit in 15th place, right? But looking at the table, okay, Man United are currently in 6th spot on 29 points. Same with Chelsea, who are also on 29 points. Chelsea do not look too good at the moment. Liverpool picked up a bit of form. They're sitting in 4th place, 32 points. And then you've got Villa, Man City, Arsenal in 1st place on 42. But when I look at the teams that are currently sat below Manchester United, okay, I see Sunderland 1 point behind. I see Brentford 3 points behind. I see Palace 3 points behind. I see Fulham 3 points behind. Tottenham in 11th and Everton in 12th.
How far is Tottenham behind?
On 25. They're on 25 points, so they're 4 points behind. Okay, I can't see any of those teams. Newcastle are currently on 23 points, so they're 6 points behind. Outside of Newcastle, I don't see any of those teams really giving you much of an issue for a top 6 finish this season. And I said that quite early on. I think United will get a European spot. I just think it all depends on you guys. Just as you say, goals change games. I think you guys have been impressive going forwards. You're now beginning to get the likes of Munchkin Martinez back in defence, and he's a good player. He's vertically challenged, but he's a good player. I think United, especially when you get Bruno Fernandes back, I think European spots are there for the taking, mate. I really do.
Are you done with insulting my player?
Who was I insulting? I told facts, bro.
Are you done with insulting the butcher?
Who did I insult?
Insulting the butcher. He's a Premier League footballer.
The butcher,
respect, bro. All right, let's show some respect. But I'll tell you one thing: as good as we have been going forward, and so Gavin, this is the point that I was making when you guys were complaining about your defense. Would I rather that I wasn't holding it in the last 10 minutes ago of every single game? Or would I prefer that when we do go forward and we're not clinical right now and we do score that goal, that I'd have every confidence that we can see out games. I can't tell you how many goals we conceded after the 85th minute. It's disgusting, right? So that's why I'm saying that at least when you guys, you score, you're seeing the game out, and that's why I would like to be. That's why I would like to be.
That's Arteta's thing. Like he wants control. You lot don't control the game. You let it go.
Oh, we don't control. Yeah, we don't control. But that will come next season. Right now, I just want one more point by game week 19. And then we see where we're at.
It's funny you mention that because I'll end the show here. But the game week 19 fixtures, we see who Man United are at home to Wolves. That's 3 points there. Arsenal at home to Aston Villa. That's a big game there. Chelsea at home to Bournemouth. That feels like a big game there as well. And Man City are away at Sunderland. That is definitely a big game there as well. So it's all to play for. We'll probably
What's Liverpool got?
reconvene. Liverpool are at home to Leeds, so that's 3 points there. It's a big round of games this week. This midweek.
Wait,
and
and Spurs and Newcastle. Sorry, before you end.
so Newcastle away at Burnley, and then Tottenham are away at Brentford. So I see Brentford scoring 3 or 4 in that match, if I'm being perfectly honest. So that's the midweek games. And then the games at the weekend, which we will reconvene after these fixtures, sees Aston Villa at home to Nottingham Forest, Arsenal away at Bournemouth. Wait, that's going to be tricky. Man United away at Leeds, Liverpool away at Fulham, Tottenham at home to Sunderland. I see a Sunderland win there. And Manchester City at home to Chelsea. Come on, the Blues. Oh, they're both blue.
I see you'll win that one. All right, cool.
Yeah. But on that note, guys, I want to thank you for joining me. It's been a good episode. We won't review the fixtures in midweek. We'll wait till the weekend and then review all of it together. By then, the table is hopefully looking very favourable in Arsenal's favour then. But on that note, guys...
I just hope Semenyo goes to Man City by the time we next record.
On that note, guys, thank you for joining me. And to the viewers that are still here, thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next episode of Over the Line.
Happy New Year, guys. Happy New Year.
Take it easy.